My child, this message is for you alone. I know you almost moved on. Something in you tightened, something in you sighed, and yet you stayed. That was me stopping your scroll. That was me placing my hand over yours and saying, listen now. There are forces that do not want you to hear what I am about to say, because when you hear it and align, their grip loosens, their tactics fail, and time-wasting delays end. Do not let them steal this moment. This is not hype. This is prophecy. I have been watching you. I have heard every whisper in the dark, every way your heart has tried to make sense of a long night. I am not angry with you. I am not here to shame you. I am here to protect what I am releasing to you and through you. I interrupt you because I love you. I correct you because I am a good father. And right now, I am putting my finger on the place that has been leaking your momentum, not to expose you to the storm, but to remove the storm from your mouth. Hear me. I am not silencing you. I am guarding your miracle. I do not tease my children, and I do not announce what I cannot finish. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed, but the storm has been borrowing your voice, and that is where the delay has multiplied. When you keep giving the storm a microphone, you hand it authority it never had. It feeds on airtime. It grows in your hearing because you keep reporting its wins, like breaking news. Stop narrating the storm like it is sovereign. It is not. I am. There is a law I wrote into creation. Words are seeds. Your tongue is a field. What you keep announcing becomes what you keep watering. Especially in a storm, your phrases either plant fear or plant faith, and whichever you water will rise. If you narrate the thunder becomes the soundtrack of your day. If you rehearse the what-ifs weave nets around your feet. If you echo the enemy's forecast, you anchor your soul to his weather. But if you speak my decree, you tether your life to a higher climate. My child, you have been diligent with tasks, but careless with words. You have been praying for harvest while watering weeds with worry. I am saying this with tenderness and with urgency. Change your water source. You ask, why does it feel like breakthrough is near and yet it keeps slipping? Understand this, the enemy cannot rewrite my decree over you. He cannot cancel your inheritance, so he studies your patterns and he goes for the easiest lever, your mouth. He sends a notification, a half-truth, a memory laced with fear, and waits for you to pick it up and speak it like gospel. He does not have the power to build your prison, so he hands you bricks of language and invites you to do it yourself. He knows if he can get you to narrate the chaos, he can slow you. He aims for delay because delay breeds discouragement, and discouragement tempts you to forfeit what I already signed in your name. I am exposing his tactic so you can break it. It is exposed now. I honor your pain. I saw the days you were not sure you could bear another disappointment. I held you when you cried in the car and hid your face in the shower so no one would hear. I know why you spoke the way you did. You were trying to find shelter in sentences, and sometimes it came out as storm reports because that was all you could see. But I am lifting your chin. I am adjusting your gaze. I am teaching your mouth how to build shelter, not broadcast weather. I am placing a guard over your lips, not to restrain your life, but to release it. Your miracle is not blocked by your worth. I declared you worthy when I chose you. Your miracle has been delayed by fear-filled narration. That changes today. Take a breath right now, in and out. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your heart, steady, held, protected. Whisper out loud, I will guard my words. Again, I will guard my words. One more time, I will guard my words. Do you feel that? That settling is not resignation, it is alignment. That warmth is not anxiety, it is anticipation. You just moved your tongue under my authority, and doors respond to that sound. From this moment, I want you to catch yourself before you report the wind. When you feel the urge to narrate, pause. Ask, is this watering fear or watering faith? If it is fear, close your mouth and open it again with me. Speak my decree. You do not have to perform eloquence, you only have to agree with truth. Say, peace is my portion. Say, provision is on schedule. Say, the storm does not set my timeline. The one who calmed the sea sets my steps. Even your quiet is powerful when it is covenant quiet. A sealed mouth is not surrender. It is strategy. The storm is loud because it wants you to echo it. Refuse the echo. My child, I am training you to stop giving commentary to chaos. I am training you to let your words be gates, not gutters. As you do, the leaks close, the acceleration returns, and what felt stuck begins to move without strain. I am with you in this. I am coaching you moment by moment. Do not go back to narrating what I have already overruled. Guard your words, and you will guard your wonder. Guard your words, and you will guard your timing. Guard your words, and you will watch what I promised step out of the fog and into your hands. It is happening now. My child, I know you are tired. I have watched you hold your breath through long nights, whispering prayers you weren't sure anyone heard. I saw the closed doors that made you feel small. I saw the interviews that ended with polite smiles, the messages that were never answered, the plans that seemed to wither just when they started to blossom. I saw the moments you gathered your courage, stepped out, and then felt foolish for believing. Hear me. I was there for every single one. I gathered each tear. I hid you in my hand when you felt invisible. I am not scolding your heart for trying to protect itself. I am affirming that you are not crazy for feeling the nearness of breakthrough. It is near. That ache you feel is the pressure of birth, not the emptiness of abandonment. Delay is not proof that I forgot you. Delay is proof that there is resistance against what is coming through you. If what I am sending through your life were small, there would be no contest for it. But your inheritance is not small. Your story is not private. The blessing I have appointed for you carries a reach beyond your name. That is why you have been opposed at the level of your words, because your words do not only shape your day, they shape the environment your legacy will breathe in. The enemy has studied you. He is strategic, patient, and relentless. He cannot rewrite my decree, so he tries to rewrite your confession. He wants you to speak his weather so your life lives under his forecast. He cannot cancel what I signed, but he can coax you into narrating yourself away from the door I just opened. Listen to me and hear the cadence of how I work. I decree. When I decree, heaven moves. Angels are dispatched. Timelines are arranged. Hearts of gatekeepers are softened without their knowing why. Opportunities shift into position like pieces on a board. I prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. I open a door no one can shut. Then I invite your agreement, not because I am weak without it, but because I designed you to reign with me. Your words become the key that fits the door I swung open. Your confession becomes the wind in the sail I raised. When your mouth agrees with heaven, acceleration happens without strain. When your mouth echoes hell's report, fear, fatalism, and resignation, you place sand in the gears I just oiled. It does not break my plan, but it drags your pace. It bleeds momentum. It makes close feel far. I know what you tell yourself to stay safe. If I don't hope, I won't be disappointed. If I say it's hard, maybe people will understand. If I prepare for the worst, I won't be surprised. My child, I will not shame you for the armor you built in a war zone, but I will exchange it for better armor. Silence is not denial. Lament is not defeat. You can bring me your pain without crowning your pain. You can say, Father, this hurts, and still not publish a headline that teaches your soul to expect loss. You can be in a battle without announcing your own defeat. There is a difference between confession and coronation. There is a difference between telling me the truth of your ache and enthroning fear over your future. I am teaching you the holy art of covenant quiet and covenant declaration. You do not have to report every wind gust to be honest. You do not have to rehearse the worst case to be wise. Let me show you how the leak happens, and you will recognize it in real time. I decree a promotion and begin moving pieces months before you know. I tilt the heart of a supervisor. I arrange a conversation in a hallway. I prime timing so that your name rises to the surface the week you submit your application. At the same time, the enemy whispers, "It never works out for you." You say it aloud in a moment of fatigue. You announce that narrative to your own nervous system. Your shoulders drop. Your preparation dulls. You walk into a room with a forecast of failure clouding your eyes. Nothing about my decree changed, but the echo you chose tinted the way you showed up. And yet, hear me, even then I redeem. I do not scrap the plan because you had a weak day. Mercy rewrites roots. But understand this mechanism so you can stop leaking. When you say what I say, doors seem to swing wider, not because I loved you more on that day, but because your agreement removed the drag. I am not asking you to fake joy. I am not asking you to smile while bleeding. I am asking you to refuse to baptize fear and call it realism. Doubt disguised as realism is still agreement with delay. I am asking you to let your honesty rise vertically to me, not horizontally to every ear that will listen. Give me your sighs. Give me your trembling. But do not give the storm a press conference. Choose words that create shelter. Let your sentences be scaffolding, not sirens. You have asked me, Wally B, why does it feel so close and then slip? Because you have been building and then poking holes with your mouth. You prophesy forward and then narrate backward. You declare and then you deconstruct. You pray with fire and then cool it with commentary. This is not condemnation, it is diagnosis. And a diagnosed leak is easy to repair. Starting today, you will pause at the threshold of speech. You will ask, is this agreement with heaven or echo of hell? You will notice the twinge, the impulse to preempt disappointment by predicting it. In that very second, bite it back. Breathe. Whisper, I align with what you have decreed. And say what I say, even if your feelings need a moment to catch up. This is generational. Your children, your community, your future self will live inside the climate your words create. I am jealous over your mouth because I am jealous over your legacy. The wealth I am releasing is beyond currency. It is the wealth of peace, of time redeemed, of favors ready, of a family that will not inherit your former battles. That is why the enemy fights you at the level of lines and phrases. He knows if he cannot close the door, he will try to make you talk yourself away from it. Take a breath. Put your hand over your heart again. Say, my confession agrees with heaven. Again, my confession agrees with heaven. One more time, slow and steady. My confession agrees with heaven. Do you feel that ease coming in? That is alignment. That is authority. This is not hype. This is prophecy. I am not a man that I should lie. What I have decreed stands firm. Your role is not to manufacture a miracle, but to guard the climate it travels through. Now listen carefully, because I am about to get very specific. I will show you 3 common phrases that have been leaking your faith, slowing your pace, and tiring your heart. I will name them so you can catch them, and I will give you the new script that seals your miracle. When fear loses your tongue, it loses its favorite doorway. Stay with me. We are closing the leaks now. My child, listen to me with your whole heart. The first leak is a sentence you have said to protect yourself, but it has been prosecuting your promise. I don't think it's going to happen for me. I am calling it out not to shame you, but to set you free. When you speak those words, you are not being real. You are rehearsing a funeral for something still alive. You are dressing a living promise in burial clothes. You are telling your soul to weep over a seed that is even now sprouting underground. That sentence cancels momentum because it declares an ending I have not written. Hear me. This phrase forges a quiet covenant with disappointment. It trains your eyes to become collectors of proof against what I said. It edits your attention so that you scroll past confirmations and stop, linger, and screenshot only what agrees with delay. You miss the small kindness from a stranger that echoed my favor. You ignore the timing tweak that made a schedule line up. You explain away the way your name came up in a room you didn't enter. You tell yourself coincidence because your covenant with disappointment requires you to dismiss clues. This is how momentum drains, not because I am not moving, but because your confession refuses to see me move. I watched you whisper it after you were let down once more. I felt the ache in your chest when you said, maybe it's just not for me. You thought you were bracing for impact. You thought you were taking the mature posture of realism. But my child, doubt dressed as realism is still agreement with delay. The enemy loves this sentence because it sounds responsible. It wears glasses and carries spreadsheets. It nods along with statistics and says, people like me don't get that. It pretends to be wisdom, but it is weariness parading as prudence. It is the most difficult kind of doubt to rebuke because you think you are protecting your heart. I am not asking you to throw away wisdom. I am asking you to throw away resignation. Do you know why he offers you reasonable doubt? Because blatant despair is easy for you to recognize and reject. But tidy, polite disbelief sneaks past your guards and gets a key to your mouth. He whispers it after a long day or slips it into a joke about your own life. He tries to build a brand in you called almost. He studied where rejection stung you first and found the phrases that feel like medicine but work like poison. I am exposing that pharmacy now. I am taking those bottles off your shelf. Take a breath. Put your hand over your heart. Say this slowly, as if you are sealing a letter with wax. It is happening for me because you said it. I do not live by what I see. Again, slower. It is happening for me because you said it. I do not live by what I see. Do you feel the shift? That warmth is not denial. It is covenant. That steadiness is not numb. It is alignment. Your mouth just stepped out of agreement with disappointment and into agreement with me. Let me show you how this works in moments you know well. You apply for the position and a delay hits your inbox. Your old sentence rises. See, not for me. Do not publish it. Choose covenant quiet or covenant declaration, but do not grant the storm a press conference. Whisper instead, it is happening for me because you said it. I do not live by what I see. You wait for a call that doesn't come by noon. Your shoulders tense. The old script winks. Close your eyes for 10 seconds, breathe, and put your words back under my authority. You are not lying to yourself. You are telling truth to your soul. Or consider the way this phrase has run in your family. We don't get ahead. We always have to do twice as much for half as much. Listen to me. I honor the realities you faced, and I break the agreements that kept them cycling. I didn't mark your bloodline for scarcity. I didn't assign your surname to almost. The wealth I am releasing through you, peace, time, resources, favor, is meant to become normal to those who come after you. But if you carry "not for me" in your mouth, you will teach the next generation to curate evidence of lack while standing in rooms full of provision. What if I told you the next time you would have said, "It's not going to happen for me"? You were minutes away from a confirmation. The enemy has timed his whispers to your thresholds. He is patient there. He will let you get right to the doorway and then slide that sentence across your mind, because he knows your words regulate your posture. He wants you to slump at the threshold. He wants you to step back without knocking. Refuse him. Even your silence can be holy if it refuses to announce his weather. Do not be surprised if this sentence tries to dress itself in humility. It's okay, I'm fine without it. Other people need it more. That is not humility, that is fear of hope. I am not a cruel father dangling a prize I will snatch away. I am not teasing you, I am training you. Say it out loud now with a little more strength than you think you have. It is happening for me because you said it. I do not live by what I see. Your nervous system needed to hear your voice. Choose me. Watch how your day responds when you replace the leak. Your preparation sharpens. Your emails carry clarity instead of apology. Your eyes begin to notice breadcrumbs I have been dropping for weeks. You hear the song lyric that names your prayer. You see the repeating number that marks the hour I told you to pay attention. You recall a dream that was not random. It was rehearsal. This is what happens when you break covenant with disappointment. You start gathering evidence for the promise instead of building a case against it. My child, I am not asking for empty slogans. I am inviting you to a higher confession that seals what I am releasing. A sealed mouth is not silent. It is disciplined agreement with heaven. When you feel that old sentence rising, catch it, kiss it goodbye, and let it go. Replace it immediately. If you must speak little, then speak only what builds shelter. If you must be brief, be bold. Let your few words be full of decree. You are not the exception to my goodness. You are the example of my faithfulness. Your name is written in my book. Your inheritance is moving toward you even now. I decree and it stands. I open and no one can shut. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed. Your agreement does not manufacture the miracle. It accelerates it and protects it as it travels. Now that you have stopped predicting loss, we must stop announcing timing panic, because timing fear is another leak. We will close that next, and you will feel the rush of momentum return. Stay with me. Keep your hand over your heart. Guard your mouth like a gate. We are moving. My child, lean in. The second leak is a sentence you whisper when your bones are tired, and your calendar stares back like an accusation. If God was going to do it, he would have done it already. I feel the ache beneath those words, the hours you held everyone else together, the nights you talked yourself into one more day, the way hope has felt like a weight you had to lift without help. I honor the years you were the strong one when you wanted to be held. I saw you stay faithful when easy exits lined the hall. I am not blind to how waiting has stretched you, but hear me now with the authority of a father who loves you. That sentence measures me by a clock I am not ruled by. It invites anxiety into your bed and gives torment a toothbrush and a drawer. I do not pace outside your life, wringing my hands. I am not late, I am precise. I am the one who makes all things beautiful in their time. I do not tease my children. What looks like slowness from the ground is alignment from above. What you call delay is me adjusting angles, clearing debris, moving pieces you cannot see, so the weight of what I am giving you does not crush what I asked you to build with it. I am not stingy, I am strategic. I am not withholding, I am weaving. Listen to the cadence of my counsel. I decree, I align, I protect, I position. I test foundations so that legacy has something to stand on. I cure concrete so that what sits on it will not crack under weather it was always designed to outlast. I remove counterfeits from your path, even when their exit feels like loss, because I love your promise too much to strap it to a partner, a platform, or a pattern that cannot carry it. I am the one who numbers your days, not to shorten joy, but to expand it. I am the Lord of the appointment book. Time does not manage me. I redeem time, I recover time, I multiply time, and I will not let you rush an appointed blessing into danger. Do you see the scheme now? The enemy cannot stop what I decreed, so he whispers late at thresholds. He times the thought for the afternoon when your strength dips. He aims it at your history, hoping you will map former disappointments onto a present timeline. He knows if he can bait you into saying, "It would have happened by now," your nervous system will flood, your breath will shorten, your shoulders will climb, and your stewardship will blur. Anxiety is not just a feeling. It is a thief of precision. It makes your hands shake while you are holding delicate things. I am removing the tremor by taking the phrase out of your mouth. Consider a picture. A fruit pulled from the tree before its time looks like the promise but tastes like worry. It sits on the counter and softens wrong. Its sugars never finish. If you eat it early, your stomach churns. If you plant it early, its seed does not carry tomorrow. What I am giving you is meant to be sweet and seedful. It is not just for today's hunger, it is for tomorrow's orchards. You cannot rush an appointed blessing without risking what it was meant to protect. There were months you begged me to open a door you are now grateful stayed shut. You do not even know some of the faces I kept from your table because they smiled at your gift but despised your growth. You cannot see the meeting I delayed because a policy would have stripped your leverage if you arrived then. You do not realize how I held back funds until your wisdom caught up, so that money would be a tool in your hand and not a leash around your throat. I am not slow. I am safe. Take a breath. Put your hand on your heart. Say this out loud, steady and clear. My promise is not delayed. My promise is appointed. I will not rush what requires readiness. Again, slower. My promise is not delayed. My promise is appointed. I will not rush what requires readiness. One more time, as if you are resetting the clock of your soul. My promise is not delayed. My promise is appointed. I will not rush what requires readiness. Do you feel that loosening in your chest? That is panic unclenching. That is your mouth stepping off the accelerator the enemy jammed beneath your foot. Look at your story with me. If the relationship had arrived last year, it would have had to comfort insecurities I have just now healed. If the platform had appeared then, it would have reinforced an identity I am delivering you from in this very hour. If the keys had been handed to you early, the house would have leaked what I asked it to shelter. Peace, not performance. Joy, not juggling. I am not delaying your arrival to punish you. I am perfecting your capacity to remain. This is how you will practice covenant timing in the next 7 days. When the old sentence rises, if he was going to do it, he would have done it already. Stop mid-thought. Do not finish it. Choose covenant quiet or covenant declaration, but do not give anxiety a stage. Whisper, appointment, and let that single word become a gate. Step outside if you can. Breathe air I made. Place your feet on the ground I own. Sink your body with my sovereignty. Then say, my promise is not delayed. My promise is appointed. I will not rush what requires readiness. You are not surrendering to passivity. You are submitting to precision. I am also aligning people on the other side of your promise. The supervisor's child was ill last month, and her compassion grew. She will read your file differently next week. The buyer who will value your work at its true worth is just now entering the market. Timing is protection from cheap rooms. The city board that will approve your permit needed turnover. I secured it. The artisan fitting windows in that house by the ocean is finishing another job. I honor craftsmanship because legacy deserves excellence. I am not late. I am building a landing that will not buckle when your dream touches down. You asked me, but what about the years? Hear me, nothing is wasted. The years you call barren are the years that trained your eyes to see treasure others miss. The seasons you call silent are the seasons your roots grew around ancient water. I am the one who brings you into a land where the harvest outruns the plow. I repay in measures the world does not count. Guard this. You will be tempted to narrate almost out of time at the smallest trigger. A friend's announcement, a calendar square, a birthday. Bless them and bless the day. Refuse the bait. Your season is not a competition, it is a covenant. Do not borrow language from comparison. Do not borrow panic from culture. Let your words protect the precision of what I am doing. Take one more breath. Place your hand over your heart again. Say, I release timing panic. I receive appointed peace. Now listen. Once timing panic is removed, we must stop speaking identity sabotage, because who you say you are will determine what you can hold. The next leak sounds humble but writes a false ending. We will close it, and your pace will match my precision. Stay with me. We are still moving. My child, now we will close the third leak. It hides inside a sigh and pretends to be mature. It says, maybe this is just my life. Hear me, that sentence is not acceptance. It is resignation dressed in holy clothes. It tries to make a prison feel sacred. It sanctifies stagnation. It pins a blessing to the ground and calls the pin wisdom. It is not humility. It is agreement with a false ending. I am interrupting it now. I know the places this phrase learned to speak. It was born in rooms where promises seemed to pass you by. It grew up in lines where your turn felt postponed again. It found a voice when people you helped surged ahead while you stayed behind to clean up. I saw the birthdays you marked with private tears. I watched you fold dreams into the back of a drawer and say, maybe this is just who I am, just what I get. My child, I am tender toward that ache. I am not belittling your survival, but I will not let you crown survival as destiny. That crown belongs to promise. That throne belongs to inheritance. Maybe this is just my life teaches your soul to normalize what I never named you for. It builds furniture in a hallway. It paints murals on a temporary wall. It starts collecting souvenirs from seasons you were meant to walk through, not live in. It makes cycles look like ceilings. It makes average look like assignment. And the enemy loves it, because if he cannot steal your faith, he will settle for shrinking your horizon. He will offer you a tidy little corner with a rug and a lamp and call it contentment, while your name is on deeds you have not seen yet, on rooms you have not entered, on a house by the water where laughter will sound like wind through open windows. He is hoping you will sit down and say, this is fine, because fine is easier to maintain than freedom. I did not call you to fine. I called you to fullness. Listen to me. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. You are prepared. You are positioned. What you thought disqualified you actually trained you. The years that felt like wandering were building a compass in your chest. The jobs that paid less than your worth trained your hands to be excellent when no one watched. The relationships that broke your heart taught you to honor your own soul, so you would not sell your peace for attention. The closed doors fed your discernment. The long nights taught your tongue to pray. I have been shaping a vessel, not shelving a life. I am not a man that I should lie. If I said inheritance, I meant inheritance. If I showed you future, I was not teasing you. I do not tease my children. This is generational. The sentence, maybe this is just my life, tries to make your children tenants in a pattern I am calling you to evict. It turns a family story into a loop. It whispers, in our house, we always struggle. In our bloodline, we don't keep good things. In our name, doors are heavy. Hear me. You are the breaker in the line. The cycle stops with you. Your children will not carry what you carried. They will inherit peace you had to learn the spelling of. They will inherit resting hearts where yours learned to breathe after panic. They will inherit time time redeemed because you refuse to waste yours narrating storms. They will inherit rooms where conversations about money are not panic, but planning, about love are not fear, but covenant, about work are not exhaustion, but purpose. This is the multiplication of your yes. This is the mathematics of my mercy. I am handing you a new confession because your mouth is an architect. Words are framing lumber. Sentences are staircases. You either build cells or corridors with your tongue. Maybe this is just my life is a cell. Replace it now. Put your hand over your heart. Breathe. Say this with me, slowly, like you are setting posts deep into the ground. This is not my ceiling. This is my corridor. I am passing through. My life is changing now. Again stronger. This is not my ceiling. This is my corridor. I am passing through. My life is changing now. One more time, as if you are unlocking something that remembers your name. This is not my ceiling. This is my corridor. I am passing through. My life is changing now. Do you feel that lift? That is a door unlatching inside you. Watch how this plays out in moments that used to bait you. The bill arrives higher than you expected. The old phrase knocks. This is just how it goes for me. Stop. Do not narrate captivity. Whisper the corridor. Then act like a person in motion. Make the call. Ask the question. Open the spreadsheet with clean eyes. The appointment is rescheduled again. The hallway echoes. Do not decorate it. Walk it with me. Say the corridor. Take a step. The text you hoped for is silent for another day. Your chest tightens. Breathe. Say the corridor. Bless the other person and bless your own path. The storm tries to bait you because it cannot create. It needs you to speak. Do not speak its script. Speak mine. I want you to look with me at the places you built altars to almost. The town where you learned to apologize for being brilliant. The family table where you joked about being the one who never catches a break. The closet where you hung dreams on thin plastic hangers and told them to be quiet. I am walking you back through those rooms to retrieve what belongs to you. Not to make you dwell in them, but to show you you are stronger now. You are not that child anymore. You are not that scared adult either. You are a steward of legacy. You carry a key your ancestors prayed over in tears. They never saw answered in their day. You are the beneficiary. You are the link. This is not vanity. This is assignment. Hear me also in this. Contentment and resignation are not twins. Contentment says, God is with me here and He is good while still moving through. Resignation says, He left me here and this must be my end, and sits down. I am with you here and I am also in your there. I am at the head of the corridor calling you forward. I am behind you, gathering the crumbs of shame you dropped. I am beside you, steadying your pace. You are not alone in motion. You are escorted. Your environment will try to hand your mouth its old lines. People who love you but do not see what I showed you will say, be realistic and mean stay small. Smile gently. Do not argue. Do not announce. Guard the protocol. Covenant quiet is protection. Covenant declaration is propulsion. Choose wisely where you use which, but always, always refuse to crown a false ending. Now take one more breath. Lift your chin. Put your shoulders back, not from pride, but from remembered lineage. Say it again, and let your house hear it. Let your future hear it. Let your body learn the cadence of freedom. This is not my ceiling. This is my corridor. I am passing through. My life is changing now. Do you feel the expectancy rising? That is not hype. That is prophecy awakening under your ribs. I am going to give you a new script, a declaration that seals your mouth to my word and shuts the door to fear. It will fit the shape of your future like a key fits a lock. It will be simple, repeatable, and strong enough to carry you through thresholds that used to terrify you. Stay with me. Guard this moment. Do not let a notification or a memory steal it. Your destiny is not shrinking, it is stretching, and your words are making room. My child, here is the new script. Take a breath, close your eyes. Do not let the enemy distract you with a notification. This moment is contested. Something in you feels the weight of it. That was me calling you. I am here now, and I am sealing your mouth to my decree. You are not performing, you are aligning. Your mouth is a gate. From this moment forward, only words that carry my authority are allowed through it. A sealed mouth is not silent. It is disciplined agreement with heaven. Feel the calm settle over you as if a hand rests gently on your chest. That is me. I am guarding your heart by guarding your speech. Listen to the purpose beneath the practice. I am not asking you to impress me. I am training you to steward what I am releasing. Words are not filler. Words are framing. Your sentences build either shelter or scaffolds for fear. I am putting a guard at the door of your lips. I am giving you a script that fits your future. These declarations will not make me kinder. They will make you readier. They will not arm wrestle me into blessing. They will keep your hands steady while you receive it. When you speak them, you are not trying to create the ocean. You are opening the gate that lets the tide in. We will do this together, line by line. I will say the cue and you will answer. Say it out loud. Your ears need to hear your agreement. Your body needs to feel the vibration of covenant in your own voice. If tears come, let them. If a yawn rises, let it. Release is happening. Do not break attention. This is holy. Identity, who you are, not what you survived. Say it with me. I am chosen, not by merit, but by mercy. Again, I am chosen, not by merit, but by mercy. I am beloved, not borrowed. Again, I am beloved, not borrowed. I am entrusted, not excluded. Again, I am entrusted, not excluded. I am clean-mouthed and clear-eyed. Again, I am clean-mouthed and clear-eyed. I am not the sum of delays. I am the steward of a decree. Again, I am not the sum of delays. I am the steward of a decree. Do you feel the ground under your feet? That is identity stabilizing your steps. Timing, how you move, not how you panic. Say steady and slow. My promise is appointed, not delayed. Again, my promise is appointed, not delayed. I move at heaven's pace, not culture's pressure. Again, I move at heaven's pace, not culture's pressure. I refuse to rush what requires readiness. Again, I refuse to rush what requires readiness. I refuse to call alignment late. Again, I refuse to call alignment late. Time serves your word in my life. Again, time serves your word in my life. Feel the unclenching in your shoulders. That is anxiety losing its claim on your clock. Protection, how you speak, not how storms shout. Say it like a gate clicking shut. I place a guard over my lips. Again, I place a guard over my lips. I refuse to narrate the storm. Again, I refuse to narrate the storm. I speak covenant, not catastrophe. Again, I speak covenant, not catastrophe. My tongue belongs to truth. Fear cannot rent space here. Again, my tongue belongs to truth. Fear cannot rent space here. What I do not announce prematurely, I protect powerfully. Again, what I do not announce prematurely, I protect powerfully. The gates of hell cannot stop what you have decreed, and my words will not help them try. Again, the gates of hell cannot stop what you have decreed, and my words will not help them try. Do you hear the quiet? That is peace taking jurisdiction. Provision, how supply arrives, not how lack markets itself. Say with gratitude already in your tone, because you are my shepherd, I lack no good thing. Again, because you are my shepherd, I lack no good thing. Resources locate me in order, not in chaos. Again, resources locate me in order, not in chaos. Favor recognizes my name because you wrote it. Again, favor recognizes my name because you wrote it. I do not beg, I steward. Again, I do not beg, I steward. Doors open that I do not force, and I walk through them with honor. Again, doors open that I do not force, and I walk through them with honor. Money will not master me, mission will. Again, money will not master me, mission will. Feel the lift. That is scarcity releasing its grip. Legacy. How this blessing multiplies beyond your lifespan. Say it like you are pouring oil over a family line. I am the breaker in my bloodline. The cycle stops with me. Again, I am the breaker in my bloodline. The cycle stops with me. My children inherit peace, not panic. Again, my children inherit peace, not panic. My house is marked by laughter, not lack. Again, my house is marked by laughter, not lack. What I receive, I preserve. What I preserve, I pass on. Again, what I receive, I preserve. What I preserve, I pass on. This is not a solitary blessing. This is generational impact. Again, this is not a solitary blessing. This is generational impact. The inheritance you prepared becomes normal in my name. Again, the inheritance you prepared becomes normal in my name. Do you feel warmth spreading across your chest? That is legacy awakening. Now we seal it. Place your hand over your mouth for a breath, symbol only, and release. Say, I seal my miracle with my words. Again, firmer, I seal my miracle with my words. One more time, with the weight of your yes. I seal my miracle with my words. This is not hype. This is prophecy. Your agreement does not manufacture the miracle. It protects and accelerates what heaven is already releasing. Before you move, take this step of faith with me as a sign between us. Type these exact words where you can see them and where your future can read them. I seal my miracle with my words. Write it as a comment. Save this as a reminder. Share it with 2 or 3 you trust as a seed, not as a trend. When you give this declaration away, it multiplies back to you. When you mark it publicly, you're building an altar your own timeline can't ignore. Your written words are seeds. They will sprout confirmations. Carry this script into your day like breath. In the morning, before your feet touch the floor, whisper identity and timing. At midday, when noise rises, whisper protection. In the evening, when bills or headlines try to bait your mouth, whisper provision. Before bed, as you think about those who will come after you, whisper legacy. Put these lines on a note on your fridge, on your mirror, on the lock screen of your phone. Record yourself saying them and play them back when you drive. Teach them to your body until it relaxes at the first syllable. This is your mouth learning a new muscle memory. Remember this mantra we began and keep it close. A sealed mouth is not silent. It is disciplined agreement with heaven. Silence can be holy when it refuses to publish panic. Speech can be holy when it delivers covenant. Choose which you will use and when. Announce only what I have authored. Hide what must mature. Guard what is still forming. Speak what seals. This is the quiet protocol that protects promises and accelerates them safely. You are feeling stronger because you are standing under a clearer sky. That is not mood, that is alignment. I am not a man that I should lie. What I open, no one can shut. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed, and your new script refuses to lend them your microphone. Keep breathing, keep agreeing, keep it simple, keep it steady. Now I will show you what guarding your mouth looks like in real life. When you're triggered, when you're questioned, when the storm gets loud. We will walk through the moments the enemy loves to bait, and I will give you the protocol that turns traps into testimonies. Stay with me. Do not let a notification steal what we just sealed. We are still moving. My child, lean in. This is where the storm tries to pull you back with a hook made of noise. The storm is loud on purpose because it wants you to speak what it cannot create. It cannot decree, so it begs you to narrate. It cannot build, so it pressures you to publish panic. Do you feel the tug when thunder rolls? That is not just weather, that is warfare for your mouth. I am putting language in your hands like a shield and a key. Hear me. What you describe most becomes what you expect most. What you expect, you reach for. What you reach for, you often receive. Choose your narration. There are two languages competing in you. Storm narration reports symptoms, amplifies lack, forecasts doom, and then calls it being honest. Kingdom narration tells the truth under the truth. It agrees with my decree. It names alignment in process. It remembers legacy already written. It speaks as if a promise has a spine. Storm narration sells out to the visible. Kingdom narration partners with the invisible until it becomes visible. I am training your tongue to live in the second grammar. Moment 1, when nothing changes outwardly. This is the quiet hour after prayer, after praise, after you spoke the new script, and the room looks the same. The enemy loves this gap. He whispers, "See, nothing is happening," and hopes you will sign a narration contract with your own lips. Do not do it. Refuse to publish a progress report the enemy authored. Take a breath. Put your hand on your heart. Say this with me, slow and steady. Movement is hidden but real. Again, movement is hidden but real. One more time, as if you are laying track your future will run on. Movement is hidden but real. Do you feel the weight redistribute? That is your soul leaning on my sovereignty instead of your sight. Understand what is happening in that silence. Roots are thickening. Wires are being pulled through walls you cannot see. Permits are being signed in rooms your name has not entered yet. Emails are being drafted with your favor in them. The artisan fitting windows for that house by the ocean is measuring twice, because legacy deserves no drafts. You do not need to narrate nothing. You need to bless the unseen work and keep preparing like someone whose package is already out for delivery. Act like a person in motion. Organize the file. Tidy the corner where the blessing will live. Write the thank you note in advance and keep it in a drawer. This is not delusion. This is disciplined expectation. When your mouth wants to say nothing is happening, choose kingdom narration. Alignment is advancing. Movement is hidden but real. My God is working while I am waiting. Moment 2, when people question you. So what are you doing? Is there any proof? Are you sure God said? Some of them love you. Some of them manage their own fear by pruning yours. Some of them are fine with you dreaming, as long as it stays small enough to fit their comfort. Do not be angry. Do not overshare. Over-explaining is often anxiety wearing a suit and tie. Wisdom is also faith. Some doors close when you announce them too early. Curiosity can bruise a promise still forming. Seeds advertised invite birds. Seeds buried invite roots. This is why I gave you the quiet protocol. What you don't announce prematurely, you protect powerfully. Here is how to answer without feeding pressure. Smile, breathe, keep your peace. Say, I'm taking faithful steps at the pace God gave me. If they push, say, it's forming. You'll see it when it's ready. If they truly love you and ask how to support, say, pray that I keep my mouth clean and my pace steady. You are not hiding out of fear. You are sheltering growth out of honor. Make this your declaration under your breath when questions rise. I do not perform for pressure. I steward by precision. Again, I do not perform for pressure. I steward by precision. Say also, I choose covenant quiet until maturity. One more time. I choose covenant quiet until maturity. Do you feel the boundary snap into place? That is dignity taking its seat. That is faith refusing to audition. Moment 3, when your own emotions spike. A bill lands heavy. A report from a doctor stings. A date on the calendar triggers that old ache. Your chest gets tight. Your throat wants to rehearse every fearful line you ever learned. I see you. I am not shaming your nervous system. I designed it to alert you, not to rule you. Here is the pivot. Feel it, pray it, release it, replace it. Do not crown it with words. Feel it. Notice where it lives in your body. Breathe. Place your hand where it pulses. You are not ignoring yourself. You are escorting your soul to me. Pray it. Say quietly, Father, I feel fear. I do not hide it. I hand it to you. Release it. Exhale slow. Picture your open hands. If tears come, let them. That is not defeat. That is discharge. Replace it. Do not remain empty. Fill the space with covenant narration. Say, firm but gentle, I am safe in your timeline. Again, I am safe in your timeline. My emotions are messengers, not monarchs. Again, my emotions are messengers, not monarchs. I choose peace on purpose. Again, I choose peace on purpose. Then speak the sentence that seals the spike into submission. I will not crown a feeling with my words. One more time. I will not crown a feeling with my words. Wait a moment. Feel the wave pass. Now speak only what builds. Provision is on assignment. Wisdom is with me. Movement is hidden but real. You are not denying reality. You are enthroning truth. Take this framework with you and replay it. Storm narration will try 3 entries. The quiet hour of no visible change, the crowded hour of other people's questions, and the spiking hour of your own feelings. In each, refuse to be the storm's mouth. Choose kingdom narration. In the quiet hour, say, movement is hidden but real, and keep preparing. In the crowded hour, say, I steward by precision, and keep your promise covered. In the spiking hour, say, I will not crown a feeling with my words, and let my peace reseat you. Practice this in small ways today. When traffic stalls, do not narrate delay. Whisper, appointment. When an email is late, do not narrate rejection. Whisper, alignment. When a friend posts a win, do not narrate comparison. Whisper, covenant, not competition. Your mouth is not a broadcasting station for weather. It is a throne room instrument. Use it to stabilize atmospheres, not stir them. I am not merely correcting you, I am protecting you. Every premature announcement snips a thread you cannot retie without cost. Every fearful sentence opens a window the storm rushes to. But every sealed line, every time you choose covenant quiet or kingdom declaration, adds a beam to the house I showed you. Hear me, you are not just surviving tempests. You are training to host peace as a permanent resident. Your language is the lease agreement. Take a breath. One last time before we move. Say this with me and let it settle into your bones. The storm is loud on purpose, but it cannot create. My words will not build its desires. My words will build your decree. Again, the storm is loud on purpose, but it cannot create. My words will not build its desires. My words will build your decree. Do you feel that strength? That is authority, not from striving, but from sonship, from daughterhood, from being mine. Now I will take you into a vision, because I am not only correcting your mouth, I am restoring your expectation. Close your eyes and come with me. The future I showed you requires a present-day mouth that agrees with it, and I am about to let you see what your guarded words have been quietly building. Stay with me. We are still moving. My child, stay with me. Close your eyes. Take one breath in, slow, and let it go. I am taking you where your guarded words have been quietly building. Do you feel that steadying in your chest? That is not anxiety. That is anticipation. This is not imagination. This is inheritance. This is not hype. This is prophecy. See it. A path of pale stone warmed by sun. Grasses bowing in a breeze that carries salt and something clean. Your feet step from sand to smooth, cool floor. Stone that remembers the ocean and holds the day's heat like a gentle hand. White walls rise around you, not sterile but bright with living light. Large windows open their eyes to the endless blue. Linen curtains breathe. The air tastes like gentleness. Waves speak with a rhythm that sounds like your own heartbeat. Steady, present, sure. Do you hear the hush beneath the sound? Peace is the loudest thing here. Walk forward. Your fingers trace the wall, cool, smooth, unmarred by worry. To your left, a living room where sunlight lays across the floor in gold bars, like heaven's way of saying, "This is kept." A low shelf with books that taught you to hope. A chair by the window that fits you, not because you shrank to fit it, but because it was crafted with your rest in mind. The breeze lifts your hair. It smells like laundry dried in sunlight, like citrus you sliced for the ones you love. There is a vase by the window with seagrass and 3 white shells you picked up on a walk where you laughed for no reason but breath. Come further. The kitchen is bright without glare. Cabinets close softly. Quiet is the culture here. A bowl on the counter holds lemons. Their oil scents your hand when you lift one. A pot simmers. Even the sound of it feels like home. In the corner, a calendar with wide margins. Time breathing. The refrigerator hums low, a faithful sound. Order is not rigid here. It is restful. Provision does not shout. It stands where it belongs. Now, the heart of it. Come to the table. This is the table of peace I spoke to you about. Long, wooden, sun-warmed, with a grain that looks like rivers running from generations behind you to generations after you. Feel the weight of it under your palm. It does not wobble. It does not squeak. It does not tilt when life sits down heavy. It is established. Chairs surround it, some filled, some waiting with quiet expectation. One chair has a cushion your grandmother would have chosen. Another has the scratch your child will make with a fork on a night of laughter. And you will not be angry because in this house, memory is more precious than polish. There is bread here, still warm, torn, not sliced. There is oil and salt and water clear as trust. Candles flicker without fumes. The light on the table looks like favor made visible. Listen, can you hear the waves answer your breath? In and out, like prayer. The horizon out those wide windows is not a tease. It is a stage where faith performs as sight. The ocean is not chaos here. It is covenant, vast, faithful, tide returning and returning again. Everything says, we come back, we hold, we stay. This house by the ocean is not symbolic only. It exists in the physical realm. It has an address that will appear on mail with your name on it, written neat and certain. The white of these walls has a paint code. The floor took labor to lay. There is a contractor who signed off on windows that do not rattle at wind because my decree is a seal against drafts of fear. Angels stand at thresholds. I am not a man that I should lie. I do not tease my children. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed, and delay does not disqualify what I have prepared. But hear me, this house is also a lesson. It is inheritance, stability, rest, and a generational turnaround, made wood and glass, so your senses can believe what your spirit already knows. Your mouth must match the home you are walking into. You cannot speak poverty in a place I built for peace. You cannot manage anxiety as if it were a pet in rooms I consecrated for rest. You cannot narrate storms while you sit at a table made for reconciliation. Language is culture. Culture is climate. Climate sustains life. Do you hear the old voice try to rise, even here? It won't last. Something will break. Someone will take it. It is too nice for you. You will mess it up. These are squatter sentences. They do not own rooms here. Now listen to the new voice I planted in you. This is established. This is sustained. This is secured by decree. I am entrusted to steward, not audition to deserve. Peace is not a weekend, it is our household climate. Which voice will echo in these halls? Choose. Say it softly, here at the table. I agree with establishment. Again, firmer, I agree with establishment. One more time, like you are signing a deed with your tongue. I agree with establishment. Look toward the hallway. There are bedrooms down it, one with a window that frames moonlight like a promise you can sleep under. Another where a child, your child, or a child you love, will sleep without rehearsing alarms. A closet orderly, not cramped. A drawer where bills are filed prompt, not panicked. A bench by the door with a basket for phones at dinner, because conversation is holy here and presence is wealth. On the wall by the threshold, a small sign in your spirit reads, shoes off, storm off. Dirt stops here, noise stops here. You will not drag yesterday's warfare into today's worship. Because you are seeing it, you must act like it is true. This is not someday language. This is now obedience. Align your speech with the rooms you just walked through. In a house like this, the family says, we are provided for. We move at heaven's pace. We do not crown feelings with words. We do not publish panic. We are a covenant household. Start saying these lines now in the place you are, so that when you cross this threshold, the house recognizes your voice. Create the table of peace where you currently live as rehearsal for the one that awaits. Once a week, set the table even if it is small. Light a candle, place bread, pour water. For that meal, banish the language of dread. Speak gratitude and legacy. Pray simply, peace, take your seat. If someone tries to drag the storm into the room, you smile and say, we can talk about needs tomorrow. Tonight, we agree with establishment. You are not pretending, you are prophesying. Your present is practice for your promise. Your choices must also match. In this house, budget is not punishment, it is worship. Order is not control, it is care. Boundaries are not walls, they are doors used well. That means today you honor rest like a command, not a suggestion. You say no to invitations that tax your peace without purpose. You say yes to healing appointments you postponed. You declutter a corner and say, this is where the blessing will live. You open a file named Legacy and put in it simple plans. Generosity you will practice, rhythms you will protect, names you are praying for. If you feel silly, smile and keep going. The enemy laughs at what he fears to see completed. Walk back to the windows. Place your palm against the glass. Cool, firm, certain. Outside, the horizon has a thin line of silver. Morning or evening promise either way. A gull crosses your field of vision and is gone, but the sea remains. That is how fear visits. That is how peace stays. Whisper this with me and let the room hear it. Peace is our permanent address. Again, peace is our permanent address. One more time. Peace is our permanent address. Do you feel the atmosphere answer? This is what happens when your mouth agrees with your inheritance. Rooms respond. Now look toward the door. See the threshold. In this house, thresholds are holy ground. At the sill, you will learn to leave behind words that do not belong. Always late, never enough, just my luck, probably fall apart. Those phrases do not get a key. At this door, you will bring in the language of owners, not orphans. Entrusted, established, provided, appointed, kept. Practice now. Say this with me. I speak as an owner, not as an orphan. Again, I speak as an owner, not as an orphan. I match my mouth to the house you built. Again, I match my mouth to the house you built. Turn back to the table. Imagine faces around it. Some you know, some you have not met yet. There is a seat for reconciliation with someone you thought you lost forever. There is a seat for a widow who will find laughter again under your roof. There is a seat for a child who will learn that money talk can sound like planning, not panic. That love talk can sound like covenant, not clinging. That work talk can sound like purpose, not exhaustion. Hear me. This is generational impact. Ancestors prayed prayers they never saw answered in their day. Their tears watered this table. You are the beneficiary. You are the link. Your guarded words are the runners on this table that keep the plates from slipping when life turns a little. This is why I am strict with your speech. I am not punishing you. I am preserving rooms you asked me for. I want you to do one small act today to anchor this vision. Choose one object in your current space to become a sign. A bowl that will always hold fruit, never bills. A chair by a window that will be your waves and word place. A note on your door that says, shoes off, storm off. Every time you touch that sign, let your mouth speak the climate of the house by the ocean. Established, provided, kept. Your words are seeds. Your atmosphere is soil. Water it daily. Lift your chin and take a slow breath. Hear the waves one more time. Steady, faithful, like my heart keeping time over your life. This is prepared. This is protected. This is promised. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed, and your clean mouth will not help them try. Because you are seeing it, you must now act like it is true. Your speech, your choices, your boundaries. Guard the threshold of your lips, the way you will guard that door. Host peace now the way you will host peace then. We are moving from vision to protocol, from sight to safeguarding. Do not let a notification steal this picture. Hold it, breathe it, speak it, and watch how rooms begin to rearrange themselves to fit the decree on your tongue. My child, now we move from seeing to sealing. You have walked the rooms I prepared. You tasted the quiet. You felt the table hold. Do not let your own mouth unlock what you just watched me secure. Hear me. Stop announcing. Start aligning. This is not secrecy from me. It is secrecy from unnecessary opposition, comparison, and premature scrutiny. This is sacred silence, not passive silence. Sacred because the promise is holy. Silent because growth needs shelter. Active because alignment is a daily practice. Listen closely. The enemy cannot rewrite my decree, so he aims to overhear your blueprint and send pressure at the exact beam still drying. He studies exposure. He exploits appetite for applause. He leverages curiosity to put your seed on the sidewalk where birds feast. Do not feed him. When you are tempted to narrate what is forming, remember, what you don't announce prematurely, you protect powerfully. Say it with me. What I don't announce prematurely, I protect powerfully. Again, slower, so your spirit signs it. What I don't announce prematurely, I protect powerfully. I am giving you the quiet protocol. It is not complicated. It is consistent. It is not frantic. It is faithful. Do this daily for a season and watch how atmosphere stabilizes around you. Morning. Begin with covenant confession. Before notifications, before news, before other people's voices, put your hand on your chest and speak as one who owns the deed of peace. Say, Father, I align my mouth to your decree. I am provided for. I am kept. I move at heaven's pace. My inheritance is secure. Then make it specific to the rooms I showed you. My home is established. My table is steady. Peace is our household climate. Do not rush. Let each sentence land like a beam set true. Your morning confession is not positive thinking. It is covenant speech. It carries my authority because it reflects my word. I am not asking you to hype yourself. I am authorizing you to agree. Midday. Check your narration. Ask yourself, what am I narrating right now? Not, what am I feeling? Not, what am I fearing? But, what is my mouth publishing? If you catch a leak, gloom disguised as honesty, sarcasm selling you safety, pause, breathe. Say under your breath, I repent of storm narration. I return to covenant speech. Replace it immediately. Alignment is advancing. Movement is hidden but real. I steward by precision. This midday check is not performance. It is stewardship. You are the gatekeeper of your atmosphere. You decide what passes your lips and therefore what grows in your rooms. Evening. Close the day with gratitude as if it already happened. Not pretending, prophesying. Sit even for 2 minutes and say, "Thank you for the windows that do not rattle. Thank you for the table of peace that will not wobble. Thank you for appointments made on my behalf. Thank you for the bills filed with calm. Thank you for the sustained provision I cannot yet see." Gratitude is not cheap perfume to cover worry. Gratitude is legal language in the courts of heaven. It says, "I recognize the work. I agree with continued flow." Your evening thanksgiving turns your pillow into an altar. Anxiety loses jurisdiction where gratitude reigns. Add 3 guardrails to your protocol. Guardrail 1, limit audience. Not every ear is a safe place for a seed. Share process with me first, then with 1 or 2 covenant keepers who pray more than they probe. Guardrail 2, limit timing. Do not show an ultrasound to critics. Wait until the promise has bones. If you must speak, share outcomes, not fragile details. Its forming is enough. Guardrail 3, limit tone. Do not vent what you should steward. Do not groan publicly about what requires private groaning before me. Save your heaviest words for my altar, not for casual conversation, hungry for spectacle. You are asking me, but will I look foolish if I trust like this and it takes longer? Will I be embarrassed for expecting? Hear me and hear me as your Father. You will not be embarrassed for trusting me. I cover those who obey. I do not tease my children. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed, and I do not let my lovers be shamed for following my counsel. Shame is a counterfeit prophet. It predicts a future I did not author. Refuse its invitations. If you tremble, bring the tremble to me, not to a crowd. I clothe trembling in peace. I hide obedience under my wing. Some of you equate quiet with passivity because loudness felt like momentum. Let me retrain you. Silence can be speed when it removes drag. A sealed mouth reduces turbulence around a forming promise. When pilots hit headwinds, they do not announce panic to the cabin. They adjust, they stabilize, they continue. That is what you are doing. Your quiet is not retreat. It is alignment. Your restraint is not fear. It is focus. Your hush is not hiding. It is honor. Practice phrasing that protects. When asked, "What's next?" answer, "I'm taking faithful steps at the pace God gave me." When told, "You should post about this," answer, "I will share in season." When pressed, "But what if it doesn't work?" answer, "The Lord perfects what concerns me." Do you hear it? Not defensive, not boastful, clean, covenantal. These sentences are shields in crowded rooms. I will also teach you when to speak, because sacred silence is not mute. Speak to build, not to brandish. Speak to instruct your own soul. Speak to bless others without exposing your blueprint. If a friend needs hope, share testimony that lifts, not details that drag your forming promise into public weather. God is faithful. He is guiding my steps, is a river. Here are the 10 unbaked parts of my plan, is a leak. Remember, seeds advertised invite birds. Seeds buried invite roots. Write this somewhere, you will see it. Announcements are for maturity. Alignments are for daily life. Let your day be full of alignments, small choices that match the house you saw. Place the fruit in the bowl instead of bills. Turn your phone off at the table and call presence wealth. Set your budget as worship and tell your money you serve peace here. When you feel the itch to prove, to post, to parade, lay your hand over your mouth for a breath and whisper, "Covenant over clout." Again, for practice right now, covenant over clout, alignment over announcement, stewardship over show. Do you feel the heat lower? That is wisdom cooling the room. I am jealous to guard what I am releasing through you, because it is not solitary, it is generational. There are chairs around that table with names you haven't met yet. Your silence is not just for you, it is for them. Your sealed words are scaffolding for a legacy I am raising. Ancestors prayed and did not see. You will see, and your children will sit in it. Act like a person entrusted with a lineage, not an influencer chasing a trend. Trends clap loud and leave early. Covenant whispers and stays. This is the way. Consistent confession in the morning. Midday narration check. Evening gratitude like it is accomplished. Guarded audience. Guarded timing. Guarded tone. And all of it rooted in this truth. You are not manifesting. You are agreeing. You are not forcing. You are flowing. You are not playing pretend. You are practicing covenant. My word is the architecture. Your mouth is the mortar. Take a breath. Place your hand gently at your lips, not in shame, but in consecration. Say this with me. My mouth is not a microphone for storms. My mouth is a seal for promises. Again, my mouth is not a microphone for storms. My mouth is a seal for promises. One more time, slow and sure. I will stop announcing prematurely. I will start aligning faithfully. Now we will pray, because this is not only teaching, this is deliverance. I am breaking the habit of fear speech off your tongue. In a moment I will lead you, and as you follow, chains will fall that you did not know were there. Stay with me. We are moving from protocol to power. My child, stay with me. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Put your hand lightly over your mouth, the other over your heart. I am here. I am not far. I am close enough to steady your breath and cleanse your language. This is the place where the storm has tried to live, on your tongue, at your lips, in your sentences. Tonight, I take back my doorway. Hear me. When fear loses your tongue, it loses its favorite doorway. That door closes now. Pray with me. I am leading you, and I am answering you as you speak. Say this out loud, even if it is a whisper. Father, I come into your light. I renounce every agreement with fear, doubt, and delay that I have made with my words. I cancel self-curses I spoke over my life, my health, my work, my relationships, and my household. I break partnership with the sentences that shrank me. I choose your decree over my opinion. I repent for narrating storms you never crowned. I receive a clean mouth. Now listen and repeat after me, slow, deliberate, like you are signing a covenant. My mouth belongs to God. My words build, my words bless, my words agree with heaven. Again, firmer, my mouth belongs to God. My words build, my words bless, my words agree with heaven. One last time, like a seal pressed into warm wax, my mouth belongs to God. My words build, my words bless, my words agree with heaven. I break specific agreements now. I sever, I don't think it's going to happen for me. That sentence is revoked, null and void. I silence, if God was going to do it, he would have done it already. That is not wisdom. That is fear dressed as logic. It has no authority here. I uproot, maybe this is just my life. Resignation is not humility. It is a false ending. I call it a lie. These phrases lose their keys. They cannot enter your future. Say this, I evict resignation. I divorce delay. I terminate doubt's contract. I marry promise. I align with decree. I also cancel the small daggers. Always late, never enough, just my luck, it will probably fall apart. Those tiny barbs bled hope slowly. I remove them from your atmosphere and your memory. I wash your sentences with living water. I place a coal from my altar on your lips. What touched you cleanses you. You are not a slave to old scripts. Your language is under new management. Now I set protection at the threshold of your mouth. I assign angels as sentries over your lips, discretion, timing, and peace standing watch. I give you the gift of the holy pause. You will feel me place my hand gently at your mouth when the bait comes, and you will wait until wisdom stands up. Say this: I receive the holy pause. Again, I receive the holy pause. I receive discernment to recognize bait and strength to refuse it. I receive peace that guards my mind like a fortress. I receive clarity that organizes my thoughts into order. I speak to your nervous system. Be still and know you are kept. I command adrenaline to bow to peace. I command racing narratives to slow to heaven's cadence. I restore your breath to the rhythm of the waves I showed you, in and out, present, held. You are not being punished. You are being protected. This is not control. This is care. Now I declare restoration and acceleration. Hear the authority in my voice. I do not tease my children. What fear speech delayed, alignment accelerates. Not frantic, not chaotic, acceleration with order, acceleration with peace, acceleration that strengthens foundations instead of cracking them. Your steps will multiply without your striving. Your yes will open doors already wired for your name. Say this with me: I move at heaven's pace. Again, I move at heaven's pace. Acceleration without anxiety, order without oppression, peace with progress. I restore lost time in wise ways. I redeem conversations that went crooked because panic narrated them. I call back opportunities that hovered, waiting for a clean signal from your mouth. I reorder files in your favor. I realign calendars. I gather scattered pieces of confidence and knit them into courage that speaks carefully and carries weight. I upgrade your inner script so that your outer world reflects my decree. I now silence the accuser's narrative. The voice that said, "You will sabotage it," is gagged. The hiss that said, "You are too late," is muted. The prosecution that brought your past as evidence against your future is thrown out. The judge has ruled, paid, pardoned, positioned. I take the microphone from the storm. I hand it back to your spirit. Say this with me: I refuse to be the storm's mouth. Again, I refuse to be the storm's mouth. My words carry decree, not dread. I release discernment to you, a knowing that pricks your spirit when a conversation is a trap. I give you strategies to answer without oversharing, to bless without broadcasting, to testify without timing violations. Wisdom and peace will partner in your phrasing. When a sentence is not ready to be spoken, you will feel my peace step back and you will wait. When it is time, you will sense warmth rise and words will come without striving. This is how you will steward the quiet protocol that protects promises. Now put your hand over your heart again. Close your eyes. I am going to teach your body what your mouth will now maintain. Breathe in peace. Breathe out panic. Breathe in promise. Breathe out pressure. Do you feel that? The shift? That is not hype. That is the atmosphere of heaven taking its seat in you. This is happening in real time. Repeat after me, building a wall inside you. I will not crown a feeling with my words. Again, I will not publish panic. Again, movement is hidden but real. Again, I steward by precision, not pressure. Again, peace is our permanent address. Again, my mouth belongs to God. My words build, my words bless, my words agree with heaven. I bless your sleep. I bless your waking thoughts. I bless your first sentence of the day. Let it be gratitude, not dread. I bless text messages you will not send. I bless emails you will write with clarity and kindness. I bless the table where you will practice peace. I bless the sign you chose. Let it remind your mouth who it serves. I bless the children and friends who will learn your new language by exposure. Your household will inherit a clean mouth, and with it, a clean climate. Within the next 72 hours, I will send confirmations, not to entertain you, but to strengthen you. Numbers will repeat, phrases will echo, doors will crack, and peace will fall thick in moments you would have once narrated in fear. When they come, smile and say, "Noted." Give thanks quietly. Do not run to announce. Run to align. Let confirmations become fuel for steady obedience, not fodder for anxious performance. This is not a show. This is a covenant. My child, I place my name on your lips as a blessing. Your mouth is consecrated ground. Your words will stop fights before they begin. Your sentences will mend fabric that used to tear. Your declarations will build rooms where many will rest. You will speak to the storm, and it will lose its script, because you will not read for it anymore. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed, and your clean mouth will not help them try. Take one more breath. Whisper this with me as a seal over your life. It is established. Again, it is established. So be it, and so it will be seen. Now rise in quiet expectation. Guard the threshold of your lips. Watch for the confirmations I send. And remember, when fear loses your tongue, it loses its favorite doorway. That door is shut. The house is kept. We move forward in peace. My child, hear me now. I am placing a timer on your expectation. Within the next 72 hours, you will see confirmations. They will not be noisy to the world, but they will ring like a bell in your spirit because I tuned your ear in this moment. Numbers will repeat. Names will surface. Messages will arrive. A sudden peace will land on you like a soft weight that shifts the room. Do not dismiss them. Do not call them coincidence. These are not full harvests. They are receipts. Evidence that movement is happening behind the scenes, and that what I showed you is already in transit. Listen to how I speak in confirmations. You will glance at a clock exactly as it mirrors a number I have used with you. You will hear a song you have not heard in years, and one line will say home or ocean or peace at the table, and your chest will answer me before your mind can explain it. A message will come from someone you did not expect, with a phrase like established or kept, or they will invite you to a place whose name rhymes with the street you will live on. You may see a real estate post you are not even looking for that features long windows and linen curtains breathing. A child may say, "I want a house where we can hear the waves while we eat." A contractor's last name may match a word I whispered to you in the night. A sudden ease will slide into a conversation that used to spike your pulse, and you will know the climate is already changing. Treat these as receipts, not deliveries. A receipt proves that the purchase is made and the transfer is underway. You do not argue with a receipt. You do not panic when the box is not yet on your porch if you hold proof in your hand. You thank me. You prepare space. You keep the door clear. You do not run down the street announcing to strangers that the package might never come. You do not write essays about why you are unworthy of what is already paid for. You guard your threshold. You align your mouth. Here is how you will respond when a sign appears. First, pause. Breathe once like the waves you heard. Steady in, steady out. Second, acknowledge quietly, "Father, I receive this confirmation." Do not add commentary. Do not begin sentences with "but maybe," "it's probably," "what if." This is the last tactic the enemy will try in this window, to bait you into anxious narration right after I mark the path. He will whisper, "See? Maybe it's nothing. Don't get your hopes up. Tell someone how it probably won't happen so you won't be disappointed." Refuse the bait. Third, seal it with gratitude. Thank you for movement behind the scenes. I align, I do not announce. If it helps you, place your hand over your lips for a breath as a sign of consecration. Then write the receipt in a small place, your notes, a card, the margin of your calendar. so that your memory agrees with your spirit. Do not post it. Do not perform it. Preserve it. Let me be specific about 3 common traps in the next 72 hours. Trap 1. Statistical shrug. Everyone sees numbers sometimes. You do not live by statistics, you live by covenant. You and I have a language. Honor it. Trap 2. Comparison commentary. But it happened faster for them. You are not on their clock. You are on my timetable, and my timing is protection as well as provision. Trap 3. Pressure to publish. Tell it now or it's not real. What is alive does not need applause to breathe. Your receipt belongs in your pocket, not on a billboard. The secret place is your safe box. And yes, I may also send a holy interruption that cannot be missed. A phone call that ends an old conflict without your rehearsed speeches. A debt forgiven without your groveling. A schedule shift that opens the exact hours you need. A key placed in your palm for a door you had not considered. When such grace arrives, bless it without boasting. Say, "This is the Lord's doing, it is marvelous," and quietly make room for more. Mark the start of your 72 hours now. Note the day, note the hour, carry expectation, not anxiety. Expectation stands at the window and says, "I know your character, I will recognize your handwriting." Anxiety paces the hallway and narrates weather reports. Expectation sets the table. Anxiety scrolls the storm. You know the difference now. Choose covenant posture. I will also teach you how to test a sign without tumbling into doubt. Ask 3 questions in stillness. Does this confirmation align with my peace? Does it reinforce stewardship and legacy, not impulse and spectacle? Does it echo words already planted in you, or does it push you to prove? If it brings peace, stewardship, and echo, hold it as a receipt. If it demands performance and publicity, set it aside. Not every loud thing is language from me. Some of you will see the word "sure" on a random document. Some will see paint names like "sea glass" and "feel me smile." Some will be given a book without asking, and the first chapter will be about establishment. Some will hear from a friend named Grace. Do not force it. Do not go hunting. I am kind. I know how to get your attention without you straining for crumbs. Live your day. Keep your protocol. Let the receipts arrive like mail addressed in heaven's handwriting. Before we close, make a covenant with me in simple words. In a moment, I will ask you to write them as a sign between us. But first, say them softly right where you are. I receive the signs. I refuse the narration. Again, I receive the signs. I refuse the narration. One more time as an owner, not an orphan. I receive the signs. I refuse the narration. Now, do 2 things as an act of agreement. Write this exact sentence where others can see it as your public line in the sand and as your seed. I receive the signs. I refuse the narration. Then share this word with one person you love who has been speaking against their own future, and tell them, "Guard your words with me for the next 72 hours. When you give this away, it multiplies back to you. Your written words are seeds. Your shared hope is a river. My child, I am with you in this window. Angels are at your thresholds. Peace is posted like a guard at your lips. You will not miss what I am sending. You will not be shamed for trusting me. You will not be late to what has your name on it. The gates of hell cannot stop what I have decreed over you. Guard your words. Your miracle is not canceled. It is coming now.